Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Walhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi amma ba'd. Brothers and sisters, we are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be privileged to welcome you to our 7th session of Foundation 1B. Ad-Dars al-Sabi'u, Lesson 7. And this is Module 7. Inshallah, in this session, we firstly want to discuss intransitive and transitive verbs. And then we will continue from where we left off in the previous class and complete our discussion of the passive voice verbs. And this is part 2, and this is the completion of it, inshallah. The intransitive and transitive verbs. Al-fi'lu al-lazimu wal-muta'addi. Every verb must have someone or something doing the action. In Arabic, this is called al-fa'ilu, the doer of the action, and it is always marfu'. Verbs in Arabic are either intransitive, lazim, or it is transitive, muta'addi. An action verb with no direct object is intransitive. We'll show this as an example shortly, inshallah. That is, it is lazim. You just have the fi'l and the fa'il, the verb and the one who's doing the action. While an action verb with a direct object is transitive. That is, it is muta'addi. Some verbs such as arrive, go, wasala, dhahaba, etc., lie, sneeze, sit, and die are always intransitive. Right? If you say he died, that's it. There is nothing else beyond that. There is no object. He died. It's a complete sentence. It is impossible for a direct object to follow. Let us look at an example of each type, inshallah. Muhammad went. Dhahaba Muhammadun. This is from the word go. Go, went is the past tense, right? Dhahaba Muhammadun, right? We have the fi'l al-lazim is dhahaba. Muhammadun is the fa'il. So you see the two parts of the sentence here in the Arabic language, right? Which is the same thing in our English. Muhammad went. That is enough. So this is the fi'l lazim. It has a fi'l and a fa'il. On the other hand, we have Muhammad studied the book. Darasa Muhammadun al-kitaba. Here we have al-fi'l al-muta'addi, which is darasa. Muhammadun al-fa'il. He is the fa'il. He is the one who studied the book, right? And the book is therefore the object. Al-maf'ulu bihi. Al-maf'ulu bihi is the object, right? And it is always mansub, as we're going to see, inshallah. Look at the first sentence. The verb is dhahaba. It is intransitive, lazim. The doer, the fa'il, is Muhammad, as we see here. The sentence does not need an object. It's a complete sentence as it is. The doer, al-fa'il, is always marfu'. So that's why we have dhahaba Muhammadun. The second sentence is transitive, muta'addi. Since the verb has a doer, a fa'il, which is Muhammad, and an object, a maf'ulu bihi, which is al-kitaba. The object, the maf'ulu bihi, is always mansub. Notice, so the fa'il is always marfu'. Darasa Muhammadun al-kitaba. Dhahaba Muhammadun. Okay? So the fa'il is always marfu'. The maf'ulun bihi is always mansub. That is, it always takes a fatha, or anything that comes in the place of fatha. So here we come, after we finish with that, because that's an important introduction to understanding and completing our passive voice, our understanding of the passive voice construction. What does active and passive voice mean? Here are two different ways to construct a similar sentence. Muhammad studied the book. The second way is the book was studied. Muhammad is the subject, studied is the verb, and the object is the book. Okay, this is English. Okay, in the other section is the book was studied, the book is the object, is the subject, and was studied is the verb. Okay, let us get an explanation. Look at the first sentence. The subject of the sentence is Muhammad, and the book is the object, which receives the action of the verb studied. The book is what received the action. This sentence is called the active voice. This sentence is also called al-fi'l al-muta'addi. Okay? al-fi'l al-muta'addi. It is the same because it has an object. The grammatical term active voice refers to a sentence in which the subject performs an action indicated by the verb. Sentence 1 is written in the active voice because Muhammad is the subject and he's performing the action of studying upon the object, that is the book. The second sentence was written in the passive voice. We can see that book is the subject of the sentence, okay, and it receives the action of the verb was studied. There is no object in this, right? No object in this, so there is no maf'ulun bihi. In Arabic it is similar. Let us look at some examples in Arabic, inshallah. Okay, so we are still dealing with understanding the application of the active and the passive voice. So we have al-fi'l al-ma'lum, the active voice. Here's our first sentence. Muhammad studied the book. Darasa Muhammadun al-kitaba. In this sentence we have al-fi'l al-ma'lum, darasa. Muhammad is fa'il and al-kitab is maf'ulun bihi. Now this first sentence has a verb which is darasa. It has a doer of the action which is Muhammad. We said every verb, every fi'l must have a fa'il. There must be someone who's doing the action or something who's doing the action. The doer is Muhammad and that is always marfu, right? And the object al-kitab, and the object is al-kitab, al-maf'ulu bihi. Okay, this is called al-fi'l al-ma'lum, the active voice. Now we have the al-fi'l al-majhul, which is translated into English as the passive voice. The book was studied. Durisa al-kitabu. Durisa al-kitabu. Here we have al-fi'l al-majhul. Durisa al-kitabu is na'ibu fa'il. Notice it is not fa'il. We're going to explain this, right? It is na'ibu fa'il. Okay. Now, if you look at this sentence, the second sentence, the second Arabic sentence, the verb is conjugated in the passive voice. Durisa. We said for the passive voice, the fa'ul kalima take a dhamma, and the ainul kalima take a kasra. In this case, the fa'ul kalima is dal, so it takes a dhamma, so it's do. The ainul kalima is ra, so it takes a kasra, do, risa. Okay? The verb is conjugated in the passive voice. The person who's doing the action is dropped. Person who's doing the action, as we see here, is Muhammad, is dropped. So the actual fa'il, the one who's doing the action, is dropped. And so the direct object of the first sentence is now the subject, al-kitabu. Okay? So this direct object, the maf'ulun, which was the maf'ulun bihi, al-kitaba, and notice the maf'ulun bihi is always mansub. It takes a fatha. It now becomes the na'ibu fa'il. Right? In English, I don't know how they describe it, because it is not doing the action still. Okay? And in Arabic that is clearly shown. But what it is na'ibu fa'il. It stands in the place of the fa'il. Right? So the direct object of the first sentence is now the subject, al-kitabu. Subject, that is what is studied. Okay? Notice in the first sentence it took the fatha because it is the object, the maf'ulun bihi. However, in this sentence it takes dhamma and stands in the place of the fa'il. And it is called na'ibu fa'il. Right, so for the fi'l majhul we have the fi'l, al-fi'lu, and we have na'ib al-fa'il, right? Na'ibu fa'ilin, right? It is called na'ibu fa'il. That is that which takes the place of fa'il. That is what it exactly means. Na'ib is one stand in the place. The na'ibul imam is the one who is a deputy imam, right? So he deputizes. So na'ibu fa'il takes the place of the fa'il. So it stands in its place. The doer, the fa'il, and the na'ib fa'il are always marfu'. The two of them are always marfu'. Now notice that the Arabic sentence does not have the equivalent of by me included, right? So here in English, if you translate it, the book was studied by me. That's what is implied. Or that is what you can even say that. But in Arabic that is not so. This is because in Arabic the doer of the action is supposed to go unmentioned. The doer of the action, in Arabic it is clear, it is not to be mentioned. The doer of the action is not supposed to be mentioned. In fact, the Arabic word for the passive is majhul, meaning unknown. It is unknown. It is not known. So, fi'l al-majhul means the one that is doing the action is unknown. So we don't have anything to indicate who's doing the action. right? Al-kitabu, the kitabu is standing in the place of the fa'il, so it becomes the na'ibu fa'ilin. So those are two words that you have to pay attention to. So we come to the final part of this important session, inshallah, and it is dealing with understanding the application of the passive voice, and we're going to do that right now, inshallah, in a more practical way. Here is an ayah that Allah says in Surah Takwir, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Come read with me. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنبٍ قُتِلَتْ. One more time. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنبٍ قُتِلَتْ. We are doing the passive voice, right? So let us get, we have two verbs here in red, سُئِلَتْ, قُتِلَتْ. So we're going to explain those verbs, inshallah. سُئِلَتْ is al-madi lil-majhul, but it is mu'annath, it is ghaiba, right? Su'ila is huwa su'ila, hiya su'ilat, she is asked. So let us get to the meaning of this. Sa'ala is a verb, which means he asked. Yas'alu means he asks, and that is a fi'al mudari lil-ma'lum. Al-amr is'al, ask. Su'ilat is a madi lil-majhul, and that is, I just put this because that's how it's in the Quran. But it's supposed, if we are putting it in a regular table, it would have been su'ila. Okay? Su'ilat. Al-mudari lil-majhul is yus'alu. Mas'alatun is the question. Right? Al-masdar. Ism al-fa'il is the sa'il, the one who's asked. The mas'ul is the sa'il is the one who asks, is the ism al-fa'il. Ism al-maf'ul is the one who is asked. Okay. Qutilat is the other verb. Again, we added ta. It is supposed to be qutila, but we added ta because it is mu'annath. It is feminine, right? Let's get the verb. Qatala means he killed. Yaqtulu, he kills. Uqtul means kill. Qutilat, we did that. Yuqtalu is a mudari lil-majhul. Here, the masdar is qatlun or qitalun. Qatil is the ism al-fa'il. I don't have to translate that. Maqtul is the ism al-maf'ul, that is the one who is killed. Okay, so let us get to the ayah. Al-maw'udatu, wa-idha al-maw'udatu. Al-maw'udatu is a girl child who is buried alive. This was a practice in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, as we know, right? Wa-idha al-maw'udatu su'ilat. So we get that. And when, idha means when, al-maw'ud, that's on the day of judgment. Al-maw'udatu, the girl child who is buried alive, su'ilat, is going to be asked. Bi-ayyi dhanbin qutilat. Bi-ayyi dhanb, bi-ayyi means for which or by which. By which sin, dhanb means sin. Bi-ayyi dhanbin qutilat. Was she qutilat? Was she killed? Bi-ayyi dhanbin qutilat. So this is the meaning of the ayah. And when the girl child who was buried alive is asked for which sin she was killed. Okay, so we can understand that ayah, inshallah. In this ayah, وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ يُقْتَلُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٍ وَلَا تَقُولُوا قَالَ يَقُولُ تَقُولُوا تَقُولُونَ. The lam here, we're going to discuss this inshallah shortly, maybe in next 2 weeks from now, inshallah, because we have to talk about it a little bit more. This is la nafiya. It makes the fi'al mudari madzum, so the noon drops. So it's وَلَا تَقُولُوا liman for who, yuqtal, qatala, yuqtal, who is killed, fi sabilillah. Fi sabilillah means in the way of Allah, amwat. Mautun means dead. Amwat means more than one dead, because we are talking about plural, right? Whoever dies in the way of Allah, do not say that they are dead. Okay, that's what it means. And do not say about those who are killed in the way of Allah, they are dead. Okay, let us get to the final ayah. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ. So let us get, as you notice, there are 4 words in red here. خُلِقَتْ, رُفِعَتْ, نُصِبَتْ, سُطِحَتْ. All of them are al-madi lil-majhul, and they are feminine. Alright, so none of it we have qutila, for example, or khuliqa. Okay, so let us get this. Khuliqat, it comes from the verb khalaqa, which means he created, Allah created. Alright, yakhluqu is the present tense. Ukhluq is the fi'al amr. Alright, yukhlaqu is the مجهول المضارع. خلق is the creation. خالق, Allah is al-Khaliq, Allah is the creator. مخلوق is what was created, the one who was created, right? خلق is the act of creating. رفعت comes from the verb رفع, which means to, he raised. He raised, right? رفع يرفع, رفع يرفع, يرفع يده, he raised his hand, right? ارفع يرفع, we did رفعت already, we did that before. يرفع is the فعل مبني للمجهول للمضارع, right? رفع means the act of raising. رافع is the one who raises. مرفوع, and you know مرفوع, the dhamma is مرفوع بالدhamma. رفع في حالة الرفع, right? So you see where the word come from, right? Inshallah. Okay. Then we have نصبت. نصبت comes from nasaba, which means to raise or to erect. In this particular case, because it is talking about the mountains, it is better to use erect. Nasaba, yansubu, yansubu, unsub, unsub. نصبت, we did that already. نصب is فعل مبني للمجهول للماضي. ينسب, ينسب is ينسب is مبني للمجهول for مضارع. Inshallah. نصب, you see في حالة النصب, right? ناصب is the one who is erecting something, right? Mansub is what is erected, right? And it is mansub, it has a fatha on it, right? That is what it is, how it is. The final verb is sutihat. Sutihat, right? Come from sataha, sataha, which means to spread or to roll out or to flatten. Sataha yastahu istah. Sutihat yustahu, yustahu. Sathun is like a terrace, an open place, a wide open place. You have an open sath. The whole entire place is open, like a roof is open, like in Saudi Arabia they have flat roofs. So they say sath or something like that, right? Sathun, satihun. Satihun is the one who opens out or flattens. Mastuh, mastuh. So we have here, afala yanzuruna. Yanzur means to look. Yanzuruna means they look. Don't afala yanzuruna. Don't they all look to the ibil? The ibil is the she camels, right? She camels, right? To the she camel. How? Let us get the translation, inshallah. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ. So don't they look to the ibil, كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ, how she or they are created, right? خُلِقَتْ, خَلَقَ means to create, how they are created. وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ, the sama is the sky. كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ, how it is raised, how it is. And they don't look to the sky, how it is raised. وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ, jibal means mountain. إِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ. نُصِبَتْ, how it's erected, how it is fixed into the earth, right? وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ, and to the earth, how it is. سُطِحَتْ, سَطَحَ means to spread, how it is spread out and rolled out or flattened out in front of them, right? So this is the meaning. Then do they not look at the camels, how they are created, actually she camels, and at the sky, how it is raised, and at the mountains, how they are erected, and at the earth, how it is spread out. So, I mean, I think this would have really given you a clear understanding of this entire concept. And may Allah bless us and guide us and help us and strengthen us to continue upon this. And I'm telling you, these are the most important things, and the rest of it now is going to only be building on this, and this is going to become easier and easier and easier, inshallah. May Allah help all of us and guide all of us. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.